gentlemen. Morning and a bright Saturday morning here at the Eagle Sports Ground where we have the Fighters Trophy being played for. JSS Asad is leading the side and Chandan is going to lead DNO Dynamos. We have umpire Harish who is going to officiate this game with his partner Vinay. We'll have the coins. Chandan. Heads is the call and heads it is. Asad, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We want to field first.
Any idea of why you want to field first on this early morning?
Yeah, actually there will be some dew factor also in the morning. It will be keep on getting better in the second innings actually, and we want to restrict them as much as possible. Like we want to restrict them max of 130 to 140, so that it will be easy for us to chase.
And 5 games you played, none of them, but you're still coming into this knockout. What has been the team talk, and what sort of positives do you take through this tournament?
See, actually, we JSS as a team are all the newcomers in this part of the game actually, and we are. I can see there are a lot of improvement in the boys, and they have that fight to win the finals. And let's give our best on this final.
All the best and good luck for this game. We have Chandan. Chandan, not happy to lose the toss?
Yes, because we also wanted to have ball first, but it's okay because field is outside, is wet slightly, so it will be even better where my batsman scored around 160, 160 plus, so we can defend easily.
And how's the team morale coming into this game? It's a fighters. It's called the fighters game. So, what sort of fighting message has been given to the boys?
Yes, it's a very good team. At least they are uniting. Earlier we at least finding some players to at least 11 players. Now we have got 15, 16 players. So now I have opportunity to choose. So now it's a good team, and maybe in the second edition we'll play better because now the players are getting at the track.
Anyway, thank you and all the best for the games. That's the news from the center that JSS has won the toss and they're elected to bowl first, asking DNO Dynamos to take first strike. We'll quickly have a look at the wicket. It's a barren wicket. There's a bit of dew which will help the seamers and the bowlers up front, but as the day goes on, there are going to be plenty of runs that the batsman can score. So it could be a slow start, but then it could pick up and get some most runs, which the batsman will be looking to. So we'll have live action coming up in the next few minutes. Stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome back live as we have DNO Dynamo openers Suresh and Parag Sharma. Asad to start the proceedings for his side. In the power play, bowls it down leg side, starts off with a wide. Keeper doing well to his left. So first runs on the board for this Fighters Trophy between DNO Dynamos and JSS Fittings. We have 2 men outside the ring. The man had long off and long on. Suresh plays it down to Gully. No run there. It's first of the triple headers that is being played as Suresh drives this towards wideish long off. Takes a couple of runs quite easily and a good throw onto the stumps. The players giving good account of their capabilities out here on this all-important knockout game. The beauty of this tournament is everybody is a winner. Inviting to participate and make his straightish ball onto the stumps. Suresh just playing it back towards the bowler. Score on 3 of 3 balls. Parag yet to take strike in this game. Suresh has faced all the deliveries so far as Asad comes in, plays it down, trying to maneuver it down towards short square, but doesn't get any bat. As the man at long off, Rihan getting ready as trying to play a wild shot, misses it, and Ranjit, the wicket keeper, takes the bails off in a flash, asking umpire Vinay for a decision. Vinay says not out, batsman still inside his crease, score remains on 3. It's quite steady start so far. We're still in the first over of the power play. No chances being taken as Suresh plays it again towards Gully and takes off for a quick single. Score moves on to 4 as at the conclusion of first over. Score 4 for the loss of no wicket as Shiraz comes into bowl over number 2. Change in field. The man at covers going down to long off and Asad taking his position there. The captain making sure that he is there quite close to where the decision making is. Shiraz right arm over, marking his run up. Pretty strange way of marking this run up. You normally go straight down. He is going left to right. Quite important that you get into a groove. The man at long on being called into the circle and the man at short third being sent towards third man sent towards the boundary. So a change in the field. Plays it down towards the third man position. The man at third man doing the fielding. 1 run coming back for the second easily. Score moves on to 6. Suresh moves on to 5. Of 7 balls, no boundaries yet in this innings. 1.1 over completed. So plays it down towards Gully again. The man fielding there, no run there. Parag yet to take strike is Suresh has close to Dynamo. I can see. I'll let you know when I want it. Suresh has faced all the deliveries, 8 deliveries so far. There's no slip in place. The man at Gully point covers. The man, there are a lot of spaces on either side of the wicket if he wants to go as one bowls it outside the off stump, outside the lines and wide. So the second extras of the innings, 2 wides bowled so far. Score moves on to 7. 2 extras in the inning so far. And another one, again another wide. Shiraz trying to entice Suresh to play one towards the Gully region. He needs to make sure he's got a slip in place and reinforces the offside if he wants to bowl that line, because anything over the infield is going to go towards the boundary. Must be a plan that he is working on. Just needs to make sure that he is within the tram lines as he bowls this one. And another wide. So 3 on the trot. Score moves on to 9. 4 extras already. Something which the teams need to work on when they come into the next season. We're hoping to see these teams again in action when the season 2 will come up later this year. Shiraz into this time onto the stumps. Suresh lucky enough takes the inner edge, goes to a short square leg and takes a single. Score moves on to 10. And for the first time, Parag will take strike. $10 for the loss of no wicket. DNO Dynamos having a change of captaincy. Prabhat inviting Chandan to lead the side today as Parag tries to play first one. No sighters required. He wants to tee off right away. Lucky for him that the ball was outside the off stump or could have been dangerous. Still a bit of dew. The ball's not going to come on so fast as you expect. So you got to time yourself and try to play more in the V rather than playing across the line. See, this time again trying to go for another one. Umpire thinks this is a legal one. So score remains on 11. Phase 2, the balls made no contact whatsoever. These pictures brought to you by AS Live. Experience the live moments. This time manages to get it over the cover region and a boundary. So the first boundary of the game coming through the blade of Parag Sharma. He makes contact and good contact. Score moves on to 14 at the end of 2 overs. Suresh batting 6 of 9, Parag batting 4 of 3. It's an expensive over, 10 runs coming off it. So that given just 4 runs in the first over that he had bowled, and a rather lengthy over from Shiraz. Bowling 3 wides and then being belted for a boundary over covers. As we see a change in field again, a man at Asad preferring to have a man at short third man and a man at long on. Suresh on strike. Plays it down the ground, the man at long off coming in towards the mid-on region and collecting the ball. Score moves on to 15, he moves on to 7. And Parag taking strike against Asad for the first time in this game. Yes. Down leg side, onto the pads. Goes to a shot fine, and the umpire deeming that it's not a run. There was no shot attempted, so no run there. Batsman needs to make an attempt to play the ball. Too close for comfort to play it, but manages to play to his short mid wicket and collect a single. Score moves on to 16. Plays it down towards long off for another single. Suresh now score moves on to 17, so runs starting to pick up for the DNO Dynamos. 2.4 overs completed, 17 as chance of a cotton ball, and Asad drops that. Easy chance. Closes hands, probably a second too early, and the ball brushing his fingers and popping out. So score moves on to 18. So Parag Sharma gets a life. He's batting 6 of 6 with a boundary as Suresh faces the last ball of the over. Under edges this one to a short third. No run there. So another good over coming to an end, giving away another 4 runs. And that's what Asad is good at in this. Keep the batsman quiet. He's been doing this regularly through the tournament. His slowish off spinners keeping them on the line, not allowing the batsman much width or the pace that they're looking for. As we have the first change coming up in the 4th over. Vijay coming into bowl. It's the first ball of the over completed. As Vijay comes into bowl. Again, underedges this one towards point and collects a quick single. Throw fired in. And third ball of the first ball of the over, and then Parag takes a single towards point. Score moves on to 19. He moves on to 7. In a foolish delivery, Suresh trying to dab it towards the gully region. Makes no contact. Score remains on 19. And so far, JSS has done well, keeping a check on the scoring. They haven't got a wicket yet, but they still, as another foolish delivery, and Suresh is not making good use of it. He is playing without much foot movement now. If you get to use your feet more, you meet the ball a little bit early or in front of you, you will get some good strokes. But so far, he's not accessed the. As Parag takes this full toss and sends this over mid-wicket for the first maximum. He moves into double figures. He's on 13 of 9 with 1 boundary and 1 6. So all the hard work that Asad has been doing, keeping a check on the runs, is being undone by his co-bowlers. He's already given 8 runs of the 5 balls. As Parag plays this towards covers, Asad does the fielding. He boots it and keeps it inside the circle. So another run added. So at the end of 4 overs, 27 for the loss of no wicket. Parag batting 14 of 10. Suresh batting 9 of 14. Current run rate of 6.75. Projected can go up to 135. Looking at the wicket, 150, 155. Looks like a par score on this wicket. I'm sure DNO Dynamos would have spoken about it and will want to make at least 160 on this wicket and claim the Fighters Trophy that these two teams are playing for. Remember, DNO Dynamos had defeated JSS in the league games, so they will be coming into this game with that confidence. And not to be said that JSS too will want to win this all-important game. They have been winless in this tournament, but it's always nice to have a win against a team. As Shiraz continues his second over and starts off with a wide. A good bit of take by the wicketkeeper, diving to his left and collecting the ball. Score moves on to 28. Shiraz. Good blend delivery, cramps the batsman for room, plays it towards short covers. Asad not able to stop that single. Score moves on to 29. Wayward bowling, the keeper unable to stop it, and fielder misfielding there and giving away 5 wides. So more runs added without a ball being counted. Score moves on to 34. And we have a slight delay as the fielder at third man, when he ran down towards the fine leg area, must have slipped. Let's hope he hasn't injured himself. He's limping a bit. Score moves on to 34 after 4.1. So the run rate quickly galloping from 6.75 to 8.16 in a space of 2 deliveries. Its momentum is quite important here, as asking for an LBW. The bat and the pad quite close. Suresh lucky that he managed to get an edge, or he could be in trouble out there. It's quite close for comfort. Playing a bit dangerously out here as he again plays this towards short third and takes off for a quick single. Score moves on to 35 and he moves into double figures. He's 10 of 16. Partnering Parag, who started a bit late, but he has made sure that the runs come thick and fast. This time again, good comeback, bowling within the line of the stumps, not giving the batsman much width to play square. Parag trying to access the mid-wicket region. We're still in the power play. This is the 5th over. In the air, just over the bowler's head, 1 run towards mid-off. Rehan, the fielder. Score moves on to 36. That's the last ball of the 5th over coming up. We are still in the power play. Another over of power play to come, and then the field spreads out. Again, going down the leg side. Could have, had it missed, it would have been a wide, but since it crashed into the pads, the dot ball to complete. 5 overs completed, 36 for the loss of no wicket. As we have a look at the bowling analysis so far of the 5 overs being bowled. Asad, the captain, starting the proceedings. Yes, we thank our sponsors as we look at the beautiful trophies that are on offer today for the teams. Playing out the Fighter Trophy, the Challenger Trophy, and the Championship Trophy. This is the first of the 3 games today. This game will be followed by the game for the Challenger Trophy between Oil Serve Riders and Supertech. And then later in the evening, the all-important championship game between Petrofac and Cummins Arabia. Let's come back and have a look at the bowling analysis so far in the 5 overs that have been bowled. Asad, 2 overs, 8 runs, no wicket. Shiraz, 2 overs, 19 runs, no wicket. Vijay, 1 over, 9 runs and no wicket. As we see Ajit coming in for the first time, right arm leg spinner. We thank our sponsors who have been courteous in sponsoring this entire tournament. Our main sponsors, Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, associate sponsors PFF, Asco Filtry, and Caltros. Playfit Sports. Ball towards fine legs, Suresh. And no ball being called. And 2 runs given away. So 3 runs added to the total. And the free hit coming up. Being called for height. So Parag. Beautiful ball. Slowing it in the air. Giving it a bit of loop. Parag playing early on that. He needs to bide his time. He's got another 14 overs after this. So there is lots to play for. This time waits for it and drills it down towards long on. Shiraz, the fielder, picks it up 1 arm and throws it towards the bowler. Score moves on to 40. Suresh taking strike. Something needs to give in out here is what we look at as looping delivery. Suresh misses this one. So does the keeper. Towards short fine and another run waiting for the umpire signal. It's an under edge. So no buys there. It's off the bat. Score moves on to 41. This time plays it in the air over towards long on for a single. And a misfield there. Batsman taking advantage and collect 2 runs. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 43. It's becoming a couple of deliveries away from completing the power play. As JSS boys look to just go through the motions. There's not much cheering or not much encouragement for the bowlers, as beautiful looping delivery. Again, Parag playing early on the shot. Played it across the line. Lucky for him that he's still there. The ball's not carrying onto the stumps. It's just a matter of time that you see something as a full toss. Plays it to a short mid wicket. 1 run. I don't think so. Check करता हूँ. As Shiraz comes into ball, end of power play, inner edge, ball going towards the fine leg boundary. A fielder misfields there, so Suresh gets his first boundary, courtesy a misfield. Score moves on to 48. JSS, apart from not holding on to that catch, have misfielded and given away quite a few extras, and all the advantage that they had of as Parag Sharma coming down the track. Parag again close to the body, plays it towards covers. 1 run being completed. Now making use of the slowishness of the fielders and collect another run. Parag had scored 35 of 29 again the last time that they had played JSS, and Suresh had scored another 39 in that game. So both these batsmen have scored against JSS and continue to do so. In the air towards long on, and a safe pair of hands. So first strike. Parag out for 28 of 23 balls, giving the start that his team needs. As Rehan takes a good catch, a well-judged catch at long on to see the back of Parag. So first casualty for DNO Dynamos. Parag Sharma out 29 of 23 balls with 2 boundaries and 1 6. As Prabhat Saxena comes in at number 3, a well-accomplished batsman who's probably playing his last game for DNO Dynamos. So the bowling changes, keeping Shiraz on, has worked this time for Asad. He's been expensive, but he's got them the breakthrough that they've been looking for. तो So Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 will come to a conclusion at the end of today with the triple headers as Shiraz hurries this one and giving Prabhat getting this one flush on the thigh, just rubbing it up to make sure it does not swell. The only swelling he'll be looking for is the swelling of runs for his side, as we see that there is not much protection on the leg side. There's a man at deep mid wicket, there's a man at long on. There's quite a few spaces behind square. As Shiraz now bowls this one on the leg side, lucky for him that even a faint tickle would have taken this down towards the fine leg boundary. If we have a look at this field, the 4 men inside the circle is a man at gully, point, short covers, and a man at backward square. There's 5 fielders outside the ring. A third man covers long off as Prabhat plays this towards deep mid wicket. Both the men on the leg side outside the boundary rushing towards the ball, keeping it down to a single. The score moves on to 52 at the end of 7 overs. Still a bit of cool weather here. Although the sun is out, there's a lot of cross breeze that should keep the fielders from sweating a lot as the day goes on. The temperatures will start soaring. Will challenge the players out in the middle. As Prabhat takes strike, Asad comes into bowl the 3rd over. Probably a plan that is bowling down leg side. The keeper making sure that he gets a glove to it. So another extra to the total. 13 extras in the innings so far. 12 wides and 1 no ball. We're just into the 8th over. Prabhat cuts this towards gully. The fielder making sure he has his body behind, so keeps it down to a single. So moves on to 54 and Prabhat moves on to 2. Suresh still having more or less a steady start. He is on 11 of 18 without any boundaries as he tries to send this one towards the deep mid-wicket boundary. The fielder there, Shiraz, coming in and fielding, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 55. And the umpires for this game, Harish and Vinay, well experienced. Have been doing a lot of games in this tournament. Prabhat plays this delicately towards the 3rd man, and the ball just kissing the boundary ropes. So score moves on to 59 and he collects his first boundary. Making use of the width that was on offer and the gap between gully and short 3rd being accessed out there to collect his boundary. Score moves on to 59. Plays it slowly towards point and takes another single. So DNO Dynamos making use of the running and scoring those runs. Score 60 for 1 wicket as this one quite close to the body. He plays it towards gully, wanting a single, but a risky one. Prabhat says no. That's the last ball of the 8th over coming up. Current run rate of 7.66. Suresh edges this one. The man at short 3rd trying a one-hander there. And doesn't manage to latch onto it. So another catch dropped and 2 runs added. Score moves on to 62. We come to the end of the 8th over. Asad has completed his 3rd over. He's given away 18 runs, an expensive one. He's given away 10 runs of this over. So 3 overs, 18 for no wicket as the 9th over to begin. Shiraz coming into bowl his last over of this tournament. He's given away 27 runs and the lone wicket taker for this side so far. As we see a few field changes taking place. Our sponsors for this event: Bluebell Shipping, Sir Owell, PFF Fittings, Asco Filtry, and Caltros. Sponsoring this event and giving the players all the encouragement required to come and show their skills. This match is being played at the Eagle Sports Ground here on the Dubai Al Ain Road. Beautiful weather so far. A bit of sunshine and breeze is what you need on a cricket field. It's Prabhat taking strike to Shiraz. Prabhat trying to play this towards mid wicket, but the line not that great, so he plays it towards short covers. No run there. We're in the 9th over. Shiraz losing his run up. Umpire calls it a dead ball. He has to reload himself. Make sure that he runs in smoothly. That's what required from a medium pacer. You need to make sure you are as a foolish delivery. He plays it towards covers, the man from extra cover, coming in and keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 63. Still bowling from the commentary box end. At the 10th over, the teams will switch over and bowl from the vision ground end as Suresh dabs this towards gully and takes off for a single. So he moves on to 15 of 8 of 7. Score moves on to 65. Shiraz to Prabhat down the leg side, another wide. The more number of extra balls you bowl, the more amount of time you will be on the field and the more number of runs you will have to come down and chase. I'm sure the captain would have talked to his bowlers and coaxed them into bowling in the right areas. Shiraz has been quite wayward today, as this time he bowls it outside the off stump and another wide. Score moves on to 65 rather. 66, sorry. 66 at the conclusion of 8.3 overs. Too close to the body, plays it towards deep point for a single. Interesting feel that we have a man at deep cover and a man at deep point. Shiraz needs to make sure he pitches the ball up, doesn't bowl it down the leg. Or Suresh on strike. Time too full and Suresh plays it towards short cover for a single. Score moves on to 68. Prabhat, a good stride forward, plays it towards covers. Slightly bowling outside the off stump and accessing the cover region for a single. Score moves on to 69 at the end of 9 overs. So we 1 over from the drinks break and the change of ends as Asad comes in to bowl his 4th over. Shiraz completing his spell of 4 overs, 34 runs and a wicket. क्या कर रहा है? Quick. Tell him to come. As Asad comes in to bowl his last over. Score 69 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 9 overs. Run rate of 7.67. Trying to drive, was there an edge? What's suggested by Asad's reaction. But since the ball wasn't grabbed, Prasbhat stays in. Score remains on 69. Beautiful ball, and again a very good stroke again, playing the ball on its merit but making sure that he plays it in the gap and collects a single. Score moves on to 70. Another good ball, Suresh late on the cut, the ball nestling into the keeper's gloves. With 3 balls away from the drinks break, Suresh plays it towards short mid wicket, a single being collected. Score moves on to 71. Prabhat. Shot cuts this towards deep point. Protection out there at the boundary, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 72. So a good comeback in the last 2 overs by JSS, keeping a lid on the scoring, just making sure that Suresh plays this down towards long on and a single being scored. Score moves on to 73 at the end of 10 overs. Asad completing his quota of 4 overs. He's given away 22 runs without a wicket as we speak to Paul from DNO Dynamos. Paul, welcome to the show, and
Thank you.
And your views of this tournament overall.
This tournament is fantastic. We have had a great time, very motivated. We're already talking about how we're going to prepare for next season.
And what's the expectation from you? You've not played a couple of games, coming back to play the all-important knockout game.
Well, we've had a few sickness. We've had some viruses going around, people sick the last few weeks, so people dropping in and out, which has interrupted our game. But this week, everybody's back fully fit, and we're very motivated. We really want to win this game today.
And what sort of a score are you expecting your boys to put up today?
We'd love to get 170. That's what we're targeting. Strategy, wear the bowlers out, because we know they've got some fast bowlers. So strategy, wear them out, and let's go for 170. That's our target. And they come back with some very tight fielding.
All right, thank you, and all the best, and looking forward to see you guys come back and play the second season as well.
We're already setting up for next season. We're already talking about training, some friendly games in the off season. So we're coming back very strong next year.
Anyway, thank you. Good to know that, and all the best for this game, and hope to see you take the trophy tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. So do we.
Thank you. As Paul is quite motivated and motivating his boys to come and play hard And they're already thinking about season 2. That's a good sign for the organizers and the players, as we'll go back to action in the next few minutes. Thank you. Take it out from the bag and give him. Vinith, he'll help you with it. नहीं, बहुत है, निकालो. Trophy selection सही है? Yeah, very great, yeah, thanks. Back live as we change ends, and the bowling now commences from the Vision Grounds end. As we have a roll it and keep it in your hand. Roll it, roll it. Prabhat on strike. Ajit comes to bowl his second over. He's given away 8 runs. Chance of a stumping, and umpire still deems it not out. So Suresh still surviving. He's had a few misses. It's batting 18 of 27. Suresh needs to make a move on. They're already into the second half of the innings, and he has yet to land a few blows. He's trying hard, but he's still not succeeded. Quite a few men in the bank for DNO Dynamos who can talk this ball. He will have to make a move on if they have to get to a score of 170, as Paul is expecting his boys to do. He spoke to him early. Yes. This one, foolish delivery. He plays it towards mid-wicket for a single. Score moves on to 74, and he moves on to 19. Prabhat taking strike. That's Asad bowling to Prabhat. This time plays it towards square leg. The man at deep square leg doing the fielding, but can't stop the double. Prabhat, sensing that second run was on, and quickly took on the fielder's arm and completed those 2. So score moves on to 76. Main important thing is on strike, as this time a much better delivery, pitching on middle and leg and breaking towards the off stump. This is an interesting battle that we have on cards. Ajit comes to bowl the 4th ball of the over. Prabhat cuts this towards short third for a single. And score moves on to 77. We only had 3 boundaries and a 6 in the inning so far. Has played it slow, and the bowlers too not giving away much pace for the batsman to make use of, as Suresh bowls tries to flay this one, but umpire calls it a wide, so score moves on to 78. The extras have quite helped DNO Dynamo score so far. So reach 78, and we're still in the 11th over. Wanting to cut, but too late on that. So 78 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 11 overs. As Ranjit Kesavan coming into bowl for the first time in the game. Ranjit was keeping stumps for the first 10 overs. He's doubling up for his side as a wicketkeeper and as a bowler, and opens the innings for his side as well. Another slow bowler. So that's going to be the mantra for the guys. I try to bowl as slow as possible, and the batsman will have to make all the efforts. Full toss. Just a bit surprised with that. 1 run completed. Very easily coming in for the second. Is there a chance of a run out? And the umpire deems that it is out. And so a second wicket down. Suresh a bit late in bringing his bat in the crease, and so tagged run out. The fielder at mid-wicket throwing the ball towards Ranjit, and he collects the ball and knocks the stumps down. So Suresh out for 19 of 29. And 79 for the loss of 2 wickets. 11.1 overs completed. Prashant, the new batsman, walking in, wicket-keeper batsman. Normally bats at number 3, but has dropped down at 4 today, allowing Prabhat to take strike. Some brief hold in play as until the new batsman gets ready. He's walked out in the center, putting his helmet on. Scores 79 for 2. It's a loss of second wicket just happened with Suresh run out. As this time also trying to entice Prabhat to play a cut shot, but bowls it outside the line. So another extra to the total. Score 79 for the loss of 2 wickets. 16 extras in the innings so far. It's practically bowling 3 overs already. Asking for an LBW, but probably going down leg side. Wait for the umpire's signal. It is signaled as batted, so some sort of bat was that mattered most. Score moves on to 81. 17 extras in the inning so far. Cause of concern for JSS. Ranjit comes into bowl to Prashant. Prashant quite happy to trickle this one towards short third. He's been accessing those areas in the last few games. Quite comfortable to dab it and take a single. So he's accumulated a lot of his runs. So this is what JSS will have to come up with a strategy of trying to stop him from doing that. And then that allows them to rotate strike as well. That's all. These are those battles that the captains need to win for their teams. There's another full toss being sent down to long on. Again, plays this towards point this time. For another single. Score moves on to 84 as the last ball of the 12th over coming up. Prabhat plays this towards cover. It's a beautiful cover drive. The man hit extra cover coming in to field. And another couple of runs scored. Score moves on to 86. Anybody from JSS I can take an interview? Just check somebody is comfortable enough. Score moves on to 86 for the loss of 2 wickets. As Ajit comes in to bowl his third over. Ajit asking for an LBW, playing across, and he has been given out. So a short stay for Prashant. He's out for 2 of 3. LBW, a foolish delivery, playing all around it, and he's been adjusted. LBW, so the third wicket down for DNO. The man out, Prashant, is LBW for 2 runs of 3 balls. Run, jaldi, jaldi, jaldi. Welcome back. We've got Suresh, who was just run out a few minutes ago. Suresh, your assessment of the pitch so far, you batted first, and what is your assessment of the pitch?
No, the pitch is quite good, and ball is quite nicely, and especially when the fast ball, it's coming very nicely to the bat. Easy to play, and a little bit it's good for spin as well, this pitch.
And you enjoyed batting on this wicket so far?
Of course, it's a very nice pitch today. So far, this is my best pitch in this tournament.
And your assessment, what sort of a score are you expecting the boys to put up in the last 8 overs?
Last 8 overs, I expect from our team around 80, 70 to 80.
So 160, 165 is what you're expecting?
Expecting our overall score, yes.
Anyway, thank you for your time and all the best for the rest of the tournament. And looking forward to you guys will come back for season 2?
Thank you, definitely. We quite enjoyed in the season 1. Definitely we'll back to season 3.
Anyway, thank you for your time. And as we coming back to live action again, as the players from DNO Dynamos are quite excited, enjoying their time out here in this tournament so far. As Chandan, the captain, comes in, both the current captain and the ex-captain now at the center. So 85 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ajit, the successful bowler, he's 2.2 overs, 13 runs, and he's got the wicket of Prashant. It's quite a prize wicket of Prashant, who keeps the scoreboard busy. There's another run being scored. Score moves on to 86. 86 for the loss of 3 wickets. There's Prabhat on strike. This time cuts this towards deep point. 1 run completed. Coming back for the second. Making use of the long boundary on his right. Score moves on to 88. He is on 21 of 20 with 1 boundary. Chandan is just coming to the crease with 1 of 2 balls. Again, waiting the ball to turn and then sending this towards point for a single. Score moves on to 89. It's the last ball of the 13th over coming up. The run rate has gradually dropped down from 8.15 to 7.67, has now come down to 6.94. Need somebody to give that impetus to things as he bowls another wide. This is going to help them. Score moves on to 90. This time another wide. Chandan jumping down the track, missing it, but lucky for him that it was a wide ball, as the keeper taking some time to collect the ball and he could get back into his crease. Score moves on to 91. Is that another wide? Yes, another wide. Chandan not playing according to the merit of the ball, just using his arms and legs around. He needs to make sure that he connects well. This time plays it in the air. The man at long off coming in, but not to be in his zone. So Prabhat quick enough to come back for the second. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 92. Chandan's intentions quite clear that he wants to clear the boundary a few times and get a good score for his side. So at the end of 13 overs, 94 for the loss of 3 wickets. As we have a look at the scorecard, Suresh out for 19 of 29. He was run out with no boundaries, no sixes. Parag Sharma playing a blistering innings of 28 of 23 with 2 boundaries and 1 6. Prabhat Saxena is batting on 22 of 21 with 1 boundary. Prashant out quite early. He was LBW for 2 runs of 3 balls. And Chandan at the moment batting 3 of 3. The extras are the ones that are quite helped. The 20 extras so far, as cuts this one to a short third. The fielder doing well there to keep it down to a single. Score moves on to 95. No, Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. This is the Fighters Trophy as Chandan plays towards point and collects a single. He moves on to 4 of 4. Score moves on to 96. Both these teams are vying for the Fighters Trophy, and followed by the Challengers Trophy and then the Championship Trophy to conclude this tournament. As a beautiful inside-out shot. Ranjit bowling it slightly in his arc, and Prabhat needs no second invitation. He sends this over cover for a boundary. So the 100 coming up in 13.3 overs. Prabhat now moving on to 27 of 23. He holds the key to this innings as he plays another inside out shot towards extra cover for a single. They will need a few more of those to get them to a score of 160, 170 that these players have been talking about. As Chandan plays this towards covers, ball racing towards the extra cover boundary. The fielder at long off running quite a few paces, keeping it down to a double. The score moves on to 103 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ranjit has bowled 1.5 overs for 16 runs. On the other hand, Ajit has bowled 3 overs for 22 and a wicket. Chance of a stumping. The ball quite slow, and the ball was delivered quite slow. So by the time it reached the keeper's gloves, Chandan had made ground. So score. Moves on to 103 for 3 at the end of 14 overs. So the last 6 overs of the innings coming up. As we see the teams enjoying himself as another wide being bowled. Are they playing? Prabhat plays it towards the cover boundary. The fielders converging there, keeping it down to a double. Score moves on to 106. Prabhat moving on to 30 of 25. Short ball, playing it towards the leg side, misses that, and a wide being called. Score moves on to 107. Another wide, so 23 extras, getting the score to 108. All the bowlers guilty of bowling those wides. Sam White plays it towards point and a quick single. Ranjit trying to get a one-hander and throw this ball misfields, allowing the single to be completed easily. Score moves on to 109. Chandan places down towards long on, collects another single. Is trying to get a move on to this innings that has been missing for the first overs of this game. Wide down leg side again. So the triple Nelson comes up. It's 111 for 3 at the end of 14.3 overs. Nine balls bowled in this over so far, and only 4 have been counted. There have been 5 wides. So score moves on to 112. This Prabhat moves on to 32 of 27. And another wide. So 6th wide of the over so far. So the experienced bowlers of Ajit too being guilty of bowling those wide balls and extending this innings. As Ajit comes to this time, another wide, 7th wide of the moving in from leg spin to bowling medium pace, but still not able to find his radar. As Chandan this time plays it towards covers and an easy single. Score moves on to 115. As the JSS boys now more or less going through the motions. There's no motivation whatsoever as Prabhat one stride towards the ball, plays it towards extra covers and a single. A misfield there, bringing the double up. So score moves on to 117 at the end of 15 overs. Current run rate of 7.80 will get them to 156. So lengthy over from Vijay coming to a close. He's bowled 2 overs for 23 runs. As Ranjit Kesavan comes into bowl. Ajit is 3 overs 22 for 1. As Ranjit comes to bowl his 3rd over. Chandan batting 8 of 8. And Prabhat at the other end is 34 of 28 as rocks back and plays this one towards long on for a single. $118 for 3. Prabhat on strike. In the air towards mid-wicket. Falling in between both the fielders. Good enough time for the batsman to come back for 2. So now Prabhat trying to open up and get some runs for his side. His score moves on to 123. 120 for the loss of 3 wickets. And he's been bowled. So finally Ranjit getting the better of Prabhat, and Prabhat is out for a well-made 36 of 29, trying to accelerate the innings, but in the progress losing his wicket. He's bowled for 36 with 2 boundaries, 36 of 30 balls. Make sure the runner is wearing the gloves also as the batsman. The runner is coming without the gloves. He needs to make sure he is wearing the gloves as well. Santosh plays this back towards the bowler. No run there. Santosh batting with a runner. Plays this towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 121. And how important is that wicket of Prabhat Saxena against the run of play? Was needed to bat right up to the end of the innings. But unfortunately trying to cut the one which is quite close to the body, as another asking for an LBW and being given. So Chandan is out. So 5th wicket down. Chandan out, LBW to Ranjit. So Ranjit getting 2 batsmen together. Rajendran, the new batsman. Sorry, Rajendran, the bowler. As Zen now switches roles from a runner to a batsman. Rajendran coming from round the wicket. He too starts off with a wide, so score moves on to 122. It's already 27 extras in this inning so far. Full toss. Santosh undercuts this one. The ball going towards the fine leg boundary. The fielder fielding it just inside the ropes. 2 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 124. Take biscuit if you want. Prashant. Prashant. चंदन तो कैप्टन उसे तो बाद में बात करेगा मैं come Junior come what's your name
My name is Pavan.
Pavan come this way come to my side yeah, come we're in this line with this line as we have Prashant from DNO Dynamos and his young son Pavan. Pavan, the camera is right up there. Have a look at that. How are you, Pavan?
I'm fine.
What's your who's your favorite cricketer?
My dad, Prashant MS.
He's your favorite cricketer. And who's a better batsman? Are you a better batsman or your dad is a better batsman?
I think my dad is.
And you love bowling to him?
Yeah.
And what does he give you when you take his wicket?
What does he give you when he take his wicket? He cheers.
He cheers for you. Okay, good. Thank you, Pavan. Prashant, enjoying your time here at this venue?
Yeah, we enjoyed thoroughly, and this is our last match. But after the work, we are playing here as a unit. It's very good for us.
And what has been the team morale and what has been the team talk in this tournament?
Before this tournament, I think all these 18-15 people, we didn't know each other so well. After this tournament, we all get to know each other very well, and the morale is too high. And we look forward to this OGPL 2 session.
Anyway, thank you for your time as we start the innings again, as brief hold in play allowed us to interview Prashant and his young son Pavan, who thinks his father is his hero and the best batsman. Much needed encouragement for the dads when their sons say this, as we ask for another one. Santosh on strike. He's batting 1 of 3 balls. 122 for 5. Needs to see as how much DNO Dynamos accumulate as Santosh plays this in the air towards long on for a single. Zain comes in to take strike for the first time in this game. So moves on to 123. Full-blooded drive towards long off for a single. ठीक है कल भी इवेंट है शाम 125. He already has one commentator. He wants one more for the final. No commentator चाहिए 125 for the loss of 5 wickets. The last ball of the 17th over, and Zain plays across the line and loses his stump. He is out for 1 of 3. So a good comeback by JSS. 125 for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 17th over. They have lost quite a few wickets in clusters and thus derailing their plans. At the end of 17 overs, 125 for the loss of 6 wickets as Wajid Shah, the new bowler. Rajendran bowling 1 over 4 runs and taking 1 wicket. Last 18 balls of the innings. As Santosh plays this towards deep mid-wicket. Fielders running around and fielding the ball, but 2 runs completed. Score moves on to 127. A full-blooded stroke this time, sending this ball over mid-wicket for a 6. So score moves on to 133. Wajid Shah coming in at the back end of the innings when the middle order and the lower middle order try to smack most of the balls towards the boundary. Score moves on to 133 for the loss of 6 wickets. 17.2 overs completed. Another 16 balls remaining as Wajid comes into bowl to Santosh. He's already raised to 11 or 7 as he bowls this one outside off stump and another wide. 28 extra in the inning so far. Plays this one towards covers. 1 run completed, wanting the second. Miscommunication between both the batsmen, but still keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 135 as Vinod Jacob comes to strike, the left-hander for the first time. Change in field as the bowler change sides, comes from around the wicket towards the left-hander. Playing across the line, no run there. Hit on the pads. Wide, keeper keeping it down to an extra. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 137. For the loss of 6 wickets as Santosh takes full toll of the slower one and says another maximum. So the much needed acceleration coming in through the blade of Santosh. The score moves on to 143. It's going for 18 runs in this over already with a ball to come. T20 cricket is quite fickle. Momentum changes in a space of an over or 2. They were looking for that big over for quite some time. Lost a few wickets, lost Prabhat, then Chandan and Zain in quick succession, but Santosh now making use of the long levers. He's raced to 18 of 9 balls with 2 maximums. It's the last ball of the over, 18th over. A couple of overs to follow after this. Men to follow to bat. James Foster, Hitesh, Krishnaraj, Ilyas. Again, another full toss, this time over mid-wicket for another maximum. So 24 runs coming off that over. The score propelling to 149 at the end of 18 overs. And Santosh getting 24 of 10 balls with 3 maximums. So already breaching the 150 mark. They are looking at the score of between 160, 170, quite possible with the last couple of overs, and Santosh at the moment in red hot form. One good thing that Santosh has done is he's waited for the ball, not playing early, just playing at the right time, getting at the sweet spot of the bat and sending 3 of these deliveries outside the ropes. Playing for the Fighter Trophy here at the Eagle Sports Ground on a beautiful Saturday morning. As Vinod on strike, all Vinod has to do is take a single and give Santosh the strike. And he sends this one towards the mid-wicket boundary. While Vinod has other plans, it was pitched up and with the leg spinner bowling into his arc and the ball turning in, all he needed was to sweep this one in the air but in the vacant area. So the 150 coming up in 18.1 overs. He moves on to 4 of 2. Ajit 3.1 overs, 26 runs and 1 wicket. And this time in the air, the man at mid-wicket coming in but falling short. Allows the batsman to come back for the second. So 2 more runs. So Vinod is also not going to hold back. He has his intentions clear that if Santosh can do it, so can I. He's managed to score 6 runs of the 2 consecutive balls. He's batting 6 of 3 balls with 1 boundary. Again, sending this towards the mid-wicket region. Fielding there, keeping it down to a single. Santosh on strike. In the air, Ajit coming under it and drops it. So 1 more run added. Wanting to send this again over the boundary roads, but just manages to sky it in the air. Score moves on to 157. He's batting 25 of 11 as Vinod on strike. Again, playing it from outside the off stump and sending this towards the mid-wicket region for another boundary. So score moves on to 161. Runs coming off the 5 balls in this over. With the last ball, Ajit has already gone for 34 of his 3.5. He's bowling his last ball. This time trying to cut this one. Doesn't make any contact. End of the 19th over, the penultimate of the over of the innings. 161 for 6. 19 overs completed. The last over of the innings coming up. And we look at the bowling analysis so far. Asad 4 overs 22 runs, no wicket. Shiraz 4 overs 34 runs, 1 wicket. Vijay 2 overs 23 runs, no wicket. Ajit 4 overs 34 runs, 1 wicket. Ranjit 3 overs 20 runs, 2 wickets. Rajendran 1 over 4 runs, 1 wicket. Wajid Shah giving away 24 runs of the lone over and giving the much needed impetus that DNO Dynamos were looking up until the 17th over of the innings. Santosh plays this one towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 162. Rajendran bowling the last over of the innings. Have to see, he would want to keep it down to the bare minimum. 160 has already been breached. Well on course to make it 170 and try to keep this game beyond, as wanting to, trying to cut this one but makes no contact. So dot ball. Score remains on 162. Last 4 balls of the innings. Vinod batting 11 of 7 with 2 boundaries. And Santosh batting 26 of 12 with 3 maximums. Full toss. plays it towards mid-off for a single, giving Santosh the strike. Score moves on to 163. It's a change in field. The man at deep point coming into the circle, and the man at short mid-wicket going out towards deep mid-wicket. Chance of a stumping, and is out stumped as a no ball being called. The keeper collecting the ball before the stumps, so that is considered a no ball. So an extra ball, Santosh on strike, and a free hit. So all advantage to DNO Dynamos. Needs to see whether how much of an advantage does he take of this ball. 164 for 6. Down the ground, and the ball racing towards the boundary. Both the fielders making no attempt whatsoever. So 168 with a couple of deliveries to go. Santosh 30 runs of 14 balls with 1 boundary and 3 maximums. 31 extras helping their cause. So last 2 balls of the innings coming up. This time another miss and a dot ball. 7 runs scored of this innings so far. Oh, sorry, of this over so far. That's the last ball of the innings coming up, and Santosh wanting to drive this down. 1 run completed, wanting to come back for the second. We'll have to wait and watch. And the batsman complete the 2 complete easily as another overthrow. We'll have to see whether and another misfield. Is there a chance of a 4th? And waiting to see 4 runs being scored of the last ball, and score moves on to 172. 172 for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 20 overs. 2 more overthrows. .172 is what DNO Dynamos have scored at the end of their innings. Santosh not out of 34 of 16. We'll speak to you later. 172 for 6 at the end of 20 overs. 173 is what JSS needs to get to win the Fighters Trophy. As we thank our sponsors, Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, PFF, Asco Filtry, and Caltros for sponsoring this event. OGPL Season 1.
मैच है इम्पोर्टेंट सेकंड वाली
देखो जतिन भाई बॉलिंग के लिए रेडी हो रहे तो थोड़ा आज
बता
हर टाइम
कौन सा ये
हाँ
कौन सा कॉपी है
शहरी इधर से लिया क्या और जे से इधर से लिया और जे से शेट्टी
कितने में दिए
150 के आसपास
फर्स्ट
वो म्यूजिक चलाते रहेंगे फिर हम मैच के वक्त लास्ट मैच में भी उधर वो बामी आमी और आईपीएल थोड़ा मजा आता क्राउड वाला फील आता
ब्रेक में क्या बारबेक्यू है
लिवरपूल कर चला उसने बामी
हाँ ब्रेक में बारबेक्यू है बुफे
दोनों है
दोनों है हम लोग कहाँ सोने का जाके ये बता 3 घंटा 4 घंटा
3 घंटा है नहीं 2 बजे का कर दिया ना मैच टाइम ही नहीं चाहिए इसका प्रेजेंटेशन होगा एक आराम से खाना खाने तक वो सेट हो जाएगा नेक्स्ट मैच वाले आ जाएंगे जब ये इनिंग्स में ना 10 ओवर के बाद मैं आऊंगा ना वो चलाऊंगा इनका एक ही है अगर रंजीत चला तो स्कोर बनेगा नहीं तो
रंजीत या वो लड़का है ना हीटर क्या नाम है उसका
अजीत
एक लड़का भी है ना हीटर इन में अच्छा लेकिन ये इसको थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया
Welcome back live as we have the chase underway. Asad, the captain, and Ranjit opening the innings, chasing 173 to win this game. As we see James bowling a couple of balls by the side of the wicket, trying to roll his arm over. He might be needed as both these teams playing their last game of the tournament. As we speak to Zen. Zen, welcome. You've been running around a lot for your team, looking fit as a fiddle.
Yeah, I'm really good at that. Yes, and I've been supporting the team, and it's been a good all-round effort in this game. I think we have played really well. We have scored 172. Good all-round performance, not just one player here and there. Yes.
And what was the talk between you, Santosh, and the other batsmen when you all needed that much needed impetus at the last back end of the innings?
The strategy was simple: hit the ball wherever it's coming. You hit the ball, you run, and the strategy was if we get a nick here and there, we just run, and that's where we capitalize. You know, wherever there was a misfield, we used to run completely based on wherever the strategy was going. Yes.
Anyway, good score on the board, and hope you win this tournament. And looking forward to see you in season 2.
So much. Thank you. Thanks.
As we coming back live action as the chase gets underway, Santosh, who had a very good outing with the bat, is going to open the bowling for his team. Ranjit Kesavan taking strike, and Asad is at the non-strike. And straight on the money, Ranjit happy to play it back. And all the Ranjit realizing that he needs to bat big if he wants to get his team over this line to chase his 173. As we see the two men outside, a man at extra cover and a man at long on. Plays this towards mid-off. Chandan, the captain, doing the fielding there. Yet to get at the mark. Oh, the DNO Dynamo boys have been pretty excited and quite happy as this time he plays this towards wide of the man at mid-off, a single being taken. So runs on the board. First runs to Ranjit, first runs to the team. Score 1 for the loss of no wicket, 3 balls bowled. This time a wide down leg side. Score moves on to 2 for the loss of no wicket. Sorry, it is Vijay who's coming to open the innings with Ranjit. Asad dropping down the order today, allowing as another wide this time. So a couple of favors returned already by DNO Dynamos. If you look at the scorecard of DNO Dynamos, 31 extras were bowled with 29 wides and 2 no balls. So 2 wides already being bowled by Santosh after those first 3 deliveries. Again, this one also down leg side. So score moves on to 4. Vijay plays this just over the bowler's head and wanting a single by Ranjit, but Vijay denying that. Saturday morning here at the Eagle Sports Club, where teams are playing for another one onto the pads. Wait for the umpire's signal. Ball going to a short fine. Fielded by the fielder. Short fine leg bias to the total. So score moves on to 5. It's pretty important that the top order batsmen deliver for JSS if they want to win this all important game, as this one straight onto the pads and easy pickings for the batsman Ranjit, who sends this towards the long leg boundary for the first boundary of the innings. He moves on to 5 of 4 balls. Score 9 for the loss of no wicket. So the extra balls costing Santosh in the end, as Chandan, the captain, coming in to bowl the second over. Vijay, the batsman, having a change of bat. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. This is the Fighters Trophy game, followed by the Challenger Trophy, which will be played between Oil Serve Risers against the Supertech. And then later on the evening, under the lights, we will have Cummins Arabia taking Petrofac on to the championship finals. And all the teams that have played here have played in good spirits, have played with a competitive spirit and keeping cordial relations with each other, which will come quite handy when you are, as this time Chandan pulls it to Vijay, shaping in from the middle and leg towards the off stump, playing it towards short covers. Ranjit wanting the single, but Vijay denying that. Score remains on 9. Full toss and onto the legs and sends this over long leg for a 6. So score moves on to 17. So Chandan too guilty of bowling onto the pads. Both the time the bowlers have bowled onto the pads. Ranjit sent the one towards the boundary ropes and Vijay sends this over the ropes. He's got a packed offside field, so needs to keep the ball around the off stump area. But spraying it onto the legs is going to invite trouble, as he gives away a maximum. Score moves on to 15. For the loss of no wicket. Chandan bowling to Vijay. This one too down the leg side, another wide. Score moves on to 16. Not sure if this is the correct line that both the bowlers are bowling. They're bowling it onto the pads. It would be more better if they bowl it off the off stump and shape the ball away. There's a man at short third waiting to take that catch. There's a man at gully, there's a man at short covers, and a man at mid-off. This time Vijay, much better line. Vijay playing across the line towards short mid-wicket. And a misfield gives away a second run. Quite important that the fielders field the ball with their hands rather than their legs. As it could be two issues out there. One, you could give away an extra run, and two, you could injure yourself. So score moves on to 18. Chandan comes into bowl to Vijay. On to the pads again, and this time over square leg. Again, wrong lines with no protection outside the 30-yard circle on the onside. Some change in field. The man at square leg being sent back towards the boundary. Again, negative tactics out there. He's not going to have much success with bowling those lines, as you negate the LBW and possibly the getting the batsman bowled as well. This time over the bowler's head for a boundary. So the over getting bad to worse for Chandan as the score moves on to 26. Already 17 runs scored off the 5 balls that he's bowled. And another one on the pads. Lucky for him, the ball just giving up a single. So 18 runs coming off that over score, shooting up to 27 for the loss of no wicket. Vijay batting 17 of 8 balls, 2 boundaries, 1 6. And Ranjit batting 5 of 4. Ranjit was the one who got up to a boundary, and then Vijay taking over, scoring 2 boundaries and a 6 of that over. Requiring another 146 of 108 balls. Vijay plays this towards point. A misfield by Suresh there. Gives away a single. Score moves on to 28. So much. DNO Dynamos had a much sedate start compared to what JSS have started with. They blazed off in the first 2 overs and would want to keep the momentum with and maximize this power play. As Santosh bowls this to Ranjit and he plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Strategy should be quite simple. Keep it within the line of the stump. Invite the batsman to make that mistake. But so far both the bowlers have started well with the first 2 deliveries and then started spraying down leg side. Let's see what he does. This one again down leg side. So another run. Score moves on to 29. They need to be consistent with their lines. And another wide this time. Already 6 wides, 6 extras in innings, 5 wides and 1 leg by. So DNO Dynamos have started returning the favors that they received from JSS. Remember, JSS had given away 31 extras. They've already given away 6 extras in the 2.3 overs. At this time, within the line of the stump, Ranjit happy to play it back towards the bowler. So another dot ball. 2.3 overs completed, 30 for the loss of no wicket, chasing 173. As the 2 men Out on the boundary, a man at long on and a man at wideish long off. Again, this time much better line, playing a defensive stroke and completing a single. Score moves on to 31. Score 31 for the loss of no wicket as Vijay on strike. Again, this time outside the off stump, called a wide. This is a much better line. More better if he bowls it on the off stump. He gets a better chance of getting a wicket. Score moves on to 32. In the air towards square leg, another single. Score moves on to 33. He's given away 6 runs off the 5 balls, a much better over. We want to complete it with the dot ball, a wicket, if not a dot ball, so that they can try to curtail these runs. Ranjit coming down the track and playing it towards long on. Zain the fielder, a single. It's the end of 3 overs, 34 for the loss of no wicket. Vijay batting 19 of 10 balls and Ranjit batting 7 of 8. Chandan stops himself after giving away that 18-run over. Santosh walking off the field after bowling those 2 overs as Hitesh comes in his place. Ranjit on strike, 7 of 8. Again, he too starts off with a wide. Score moves on to 35. Towards wideish long off. The ploy, good bit of field placement by the captain, very well knowing that Ranjit loves to access this area. So a single score moves on to 36. Good ball, Vijay playing a little too early on that and missing the ball. Prashant the keeper collecting that one, giving it back to the bowler. Chance of a cotton ball, missed. So a drop by Vinod. Need to see, wait and watch how costly this is. Good line, holding the ball a bit, not much of pace on that. So Vijay had to make the adjustment. Lucky for him that Vinod didn't hold on to that catch, as another good ball. After that first ball wide, he's just changed his lines and corrected his lengths as well. So 2 runs of the 4 ball that he's given, that he's bowled so far. We'll want to see that again as Vijay plays in the air. Hitesh the fielder and not attempting it in the end, just coming right under the ball but not attempting that. So 1 run added, score moves on to 37. Three runs of the 5 balls he's bowled, wanting to complete it on a better note as Vijay plays this towards fine, a fielder 2, not making much of an attempt. So another chance going begging. So 3 chances in this over created, but none of them held. Vinod being guilty of dropping the first one, then Hitesh at covers and the fielder at short fine too, not making an attempt to take that catch. So a much better over coming to a close. 38 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. Current run rate of 9.50, required run rate 8.44, as we see the man from Liverpool coming in, James Foster. Ranjit batting 9 of 10. Vijay batting 20 or 14. Both the batsmen lucky that they're in the center still after this dropped catches. As a short ball by James, just sitting up to be hit, and the ball being sent towards the long leg boundary for another 4. So 42 for the loss of no wicket. We're still in the power play. 4.1 overs completed. Comparatively, DNO Dynamos had scored 44 runs in their power play. So much better fight back from JSS as Ranjit comes down the track, plays this towards wideish extra cover. 1 run completed. Score moves on to 43. Needing another 130 runs of 94 balls. Full toss. Vijay plays this towards long off. Vinod, a half-hearted attempt and another boundary. Score moves on to 47. Score moves on to 47 for the loss of no wicket. Another full toss towards deep mid wicket, waiting for the umpire's signal. He's been called a no ball for height, so a free hit. 48 for the loss of no wicket. Both these batsmen now in full flow. Another full toss. Is that another full toss? Yes, it is. So another beamer. Score 48. The free hit continues. Vijay playing towards extra covers, a single there. The fielder, the captain station himself, keeps it down to a single. So 50 coming up in 4.4 overs. As this time a foolish delivery, plays it to a short point for a single. 13 runs have come out of the 5 balls that have been bowled. Another last ball to come up and Vijay on strike. He's batting 25 of 18. Edge this time and again falling short of the fielder. 1 run completed. So 52 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 5 overs. As Vijay comes up to 26 of 19. 3 boundaries, 1-6. Ranjit Kesavan batting 15 of 13 balls with 2 boundaries. James Foster over costing 14 runs. As we have a look at the bowling analysis so far of the 5 overs that have been bowled. Santosh 2 overs, 15 runs, no wicket. Chandan 1 overs, 18 runs, no wicket. Vinod Jacob, the pick of the bowler so far, has given away 4 runs of the 1 over that he's bowled. James Foster 1 over, 14 runs, no wicket. As Vinod comes in to bowl the second over to Vijay. We have a string of V's, Vijay, Vinod, Vinay, as another one in the air. 1 run completed. Score moves on to 53. Sam, foolish delivery. Ranjit playing it back to as a bowler. wanting to play it towards the mid-on region, but the line was too full for him to play that stroke. Happy to play it back to the bowler. This time width on offer, nobody in the cover region, and the ball sent towards the cover boundary. Another boundary. Score moves on to 57. Score moves on to 57. Ranjit now 19 or 15 balls. All the bowlers coming in for some stick from these two as he cuts this one towards short third man. No run there. Score remains on 57.
आपने तो मेरी बात को ना समझा सकते हो, करा देता हूँ।
57 for the loss of no wicket as Ranjit plays this one towards extra covers. The fielder there keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 58. Vijay plays this over the long on boundary for another maximum, completing the over. So the end of power play 64 for the loss of no wicket. And Vijay running up his score to 33 of 21. With 3 boundaries, 2 sixes. The end of power play 64 for the loss of no wicket. Vijay batting 33 of 21. Ranjit batting 20 of 17. 11 extras in the innings so far. .64 for the loss of no wicket as the power play is concluded, and we see a bowling change. Hitesh coming into bowl. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 game between, as Hitesh 2 starts off with a wide, so one more run to the total. Score moves on to 65. .65 for the loss of no wicket. Trying to make light work of this chase. Ranjit playing it towards short fine leg for a single. Score moves on to 66 for the loss of no wicket. Vijay on strike. He's in red hot form today. He's already scored 33 of 21. Hitesh outside the off stump. Flays this towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 67. This game being followed by the Challenger Trophy game as Ranjit, beautiful chance of a run out. We'll have to wait and watch, and miscommunication gets them the first wicket. A wicket against the run of play. He initially called him for the second, but then Ranjit said no. By the time Vijay had already run 3/4 of the length of the pitch, and by the time he could get back, Prashant collected the ball and broke the stump. So the first wicket down, 68 for 1. The man run out Vijay. He is out for 34 of 22, 3 boundaries and 2 sixes. He's given a platform for the rest of the boys to come and take their home to victory. Sorry, take their team to victory. Shiraz comes in at number 3. Shiraz coming in at number 3. Hitesh the bowler. Yes, we have the Barmy Army going down. The Barmy Army chants being played in the background. So dot ball. Score remains on 68. Let's have a wait and watch and see how DNO Dynamos now try to come back into this game as Shiraz plays this towards short mid wicket, turns around and pulls, but still manages to get a single. Score moves on to 69. Shiraz off the mark with that single. 69 for the loss of 1 wicket. The man out, Vijay. And the only way that DNO Dynamos could get him out was a run out, and they managed to do that. As we see Prabhat Saxena coming in for the first time in this game. 69 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 7 overs. Needing another 104 runs of the remaining 78 balls. At the rate of 8 runs per over. They currently are going at the rate of 9.86. Full toss. Just manages to play towards mid wicket for a single. So score moves on to 70. Ranjit to take strike. He is batting 22 of 20. He will have to shepherd this innings now with Vijay being run out. This bowls this towards, plays this towards point. No run there. Chandan will be looking for that magic from Prabhat. Prabhat has been consistently scoring runs and taking wickets for his team, as this time foolish delivery plays it towards long off for a single. Change Foster and Chandan converging, but Chandan getting the ball and sending it back to the bowler. Score moves on to 71. As Shiraz taking strike, he is batting 2 of 3. Needing another 102 of 75 balls. Plays this towards square leg, taking it on the full, so another run. Score moves on to 73. DNO Dynamos will not mind those singles as long as they save the boundaries, because it's going to get difficult as Ranjit this time dabbles this down towards shot fine for another single. Score moves on to 73. And Prabhat trying to run through his over. Foolish delivery. Shiraz getting his bat stuck there, but still managing to face the ball. So 1 run, no run added there. 73 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 8 overs. Needing another 100 runs to win of the remaining 12 overs. Very much on the cards with 9 wickets in the bank. It all depends on who is going to... 73. 100 run chahiye 12 over mein. 100. Hitesh coming in to bowl the second over. He's given away 5 runs of the first over that he bowled. Down leg side for another wide. 13 extras in the innings so far. We're still in the 9th over of the innings. Full toss, and all Ranjit needed to do was to get on one knee and help this ball towards the long leg boundary. For another boundary, score moves on to 78. So 5 runs coming on the one legal ball that has been bowled. Score bringing the score to 78, and Ranjit moving to 28 or 24. He needs to adjust his line and keep the ball towards off stump. This time Ranjit plays it towards point region. The fielder of Gully and Point giving the chase, keeping it down to a double. Prabhat hunting this ball down, keeping it down to 2. Score moves on to 80. A man on the boundary side, lines on the offside is at the extra cover region. It's much better if he bowls a fullish length. Quite a few vacant spaces on the offside. More fielders, or 4 fielders on the leg side. As this time he cuts this one towards the gully region. Paul giving the chase there, keeps it down to a double. So another 2 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 82. Yes. This is the 9th over from the commentary box end. Another over after that, and then they change over to the vision side end, as this time within the line of stumps. Ranjit plays it back towards the bowler. 8.4 overs completed. Cuts this one, not happy with himself, wanted to send it towards the cover region. The man just managing to send it towards short covers. No run there. 82 for the loss of 1 wicket. It's the last ball of the 9th over coming up. He's given a 14 runs of the 1.5 overs. He's given a 9 runs of this over. And make that just 1 run taken, wanting to come back for the second, and they complete it easily. So 11 runs coming off that over. So end of 9 overs, 84 for the loss of 1 wicket. Needing another 89 runs of the remaining 66 balls, as Prabhat comes in to bowl his second over, the 10th of the innings. The man out Vijay out for 34 of 22 with 3 boundaries, 2 sixes. Ranjit batting 34 of 29. As we have a look at the DNO Dynamo scorecard, Prabhat Saxena top scoring with 36 of 30 balls. Santosh coming and playing the blistering innings of 34 of 16 as Shiraz plays this in the air towards extra cover. 1 run there. And the extras coming in handy with 31. Parag scoring 28 of 23. Suresh Sedate 19 of 29. And winner Jacob in the end giving those 12 runs of 7 balls that he faced as another dot ball after that single. So 85 for the loss of 1 wicket in 9.2 overs. A lot of thinking for Chandan, the captain, to do if he wants to stop this team. After this 4 overs from Prabhat, he'll have to look for those bowlers who can contain these batsmen. And more importantly, bowlers who can bowl within the field placings that they have done. As Prabhat, full toss, plays it down towards extra cover. James the fielder there. And 2 more runs added to the total. Shiraz sensing that opportunity and completing the second. So score moves on to 87. He moves on to 36. Joint top score of the match with Prabhat so far and plays this towards shot leg. No run there. It's the last ball of the 10th over coming up. And the teams will change ends at the end of this over. Bowling will commence on the vision round as this time cuts this towards short third. Paul misfielding there, but just allowing the single. So at the end of 8 overs, 88 for the loss of 1 wicket. Well on course. They started at the required rate of 8.60. Rather 6.6. They're at 8.8, requiring 8.50. 85 runs required of the remaining 10 overs. As we run in for a drinks break. विजय को भेज चले गया किसी और को भेज इंटरव्यू के लिए अजीत कम अजीत जल्दी यार ये तो ब्रेक चल रहा है जल्दी अजीत कम है राजेंद्रन का इंटरव्यू ले चुका हूँ यार इसका चाहिए मेरे को राजेंद्रन का कितनी बार लिया मैंने जल्दी जल्दी यार जल्दी जल्दी कौन यार ये क्या 2 सवाल तो पूछते हैं मनप्रीत आ जाए मनप्रीत हिंदी में करना हिंदी में भी कर सकता हूँ आजा जल्दी 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 आया शुरू होना कैमरा के सामने आदि ओके ready as Manpreet speaks to us, and he is quite confident his boys are going to win this trophy. As live action coming back as we start bowling from the Vision grounds end. Scored 88 for 1 in the 10 overs, and the remaining 10 overs needing another 85. Ranjit is the one who holds the key, and we'll be looking to Shiraz to partner along with him as Vinod Jacob comes into bowl. Prabhat Saxena 2 overs 8 runs, no wicket. Hitesh 2 overs 16 runs. Vinod Jacob 2 overs 16 runs, coming to bowl his third over. It's 11:15 here in Dubai. We are on the Dubai Al Ain Road at the the Eagle Sports Club. Vinod to Ranjit, cuts this one towards covers, completes a single. Wait to see, yes, they complete the second as well, knowing that the ball has gone about 20 meters to the left of James. By the time he could field that one, he complete another 2. So another 2 added, score moves on to 90. Comes on the track, plays it towards short cover. Chandan, the fielder there, who keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 91. And Ranjit moving on to 39 of 35. Shiraz on strike, making sure he's got his fielder that moving the deep wicket fielder a lot more squarer. Man at short mid wicket as well. Plays this towards the mid wicket. The man there fielding misfields there, but still keeps it down to a single. .92 for 1. Ranjit plays this towards long on, and the ball sailing over Zain's head for a maximum. Score moves on to 97. And he moves on to 46. The score moves on to 98 with that 6. Ranjit on 46. Shiraz batting 5 of 7. Needing another 75 of the remaining 56 balls. Much better ball this time. Ranjit anticipating that Ranjit's going to come down the track. So shortens the length. Just keeping it under the bat. So another run added. Score moves on to 99. Shiraz plays it towards the mid-wicket boundary and ball crosses the fence. Score moves on to 103. at the end of 11 overs. We know Jacob expensive in the 3 overs that he's bowled. He's gone for 31. At the end of 11 overs, 103 for the loss of 1 wicket. Well on course this chase. Current run rate of 9.35, requiring a 7.76, needing another 70 of the remaining 9 overs, 54 balls, as Prabhat comes in to bowl his 3rd over. He's been the pick of the bowlers. None of the bowlers have picked a wicket so far. The lone wicket falling in the form of a run out. So they need to make sure they keep their shoulders up, hold their heads high, and try to full toss. Ranjit places towards short covers, and Chandan unable to stop that single. Score moves on to 104. Shiraz this time a one-handed shot towards mid-wicket for a single, favouring the sweep shot. Score moves on to 105 as Ranjit this time plays a reverse sweep, ball going towards the 3rd man boundary. Paul doing the fielding there. He's been quite busy through the day. Keeps it down to 2, and a well-made 50 from Ranjit. 50 of 40 balls, 4 boundaries, 1 6, and the 50 coming at a very important time for the JSS boys. He's been short of runs, but this time making sure that he gets that, and he needs to continue the same way as he scores another single. Score moves on to 108. Shiraz this time in the air, fielder under it, and after a couple of chances fluffs it down. So misfieldings and drop catches are not going to help DNO Dynamos. That's 109 for 1. Asking for an LBW, not to be. So the end of the over. 3 overs is given away 14 runs, 109 for 1 at the end of 12 overs. They need another 64 runs of the remaining 48 balls. As Chandan, the captain, comes back, probably the last throw of the dice if he wants to get his team. Chandan plays this towards wideish long on, 1 run completed. Score moves on to 110. Again bowled another one down the leg, and he paid the price for it in the form of a boundary. So 114. In the air, the chance of the man at mid-off rather, just 1 run. Score moves on to 115. Short ball, plays it towards mid-wicket, couple of bounces, 1 run completed. Score 116 for the loss of 1 wicket. 12.4 overs completed. And, right in the driver's seat as of now are the JSS boys. Lost all their league games, but coming good at the right time as the short ball by Chandan and sends this towards the mid-wicket boundary. One bounce over the rope. Score moves on to 122. The shoulders dropping after every run has been scored and every boundary being scored by JSS. Needing another 53 or 43 balls. Should win this on a canter as Ranjit's got the measure of the wicket. He's now just toying around with the bowling. He's coming down the track and just sending these deliveries towards the mid-wicket region. He got a boundary in the previous occasion, got a double this time. At the end of 13 overs, 122 for 1 as Krishnaraj comes into bowl. तो दूसरा भी बच्चा पवन भी है ना उधर तो टेक एंड गो ना अच्छा गिविंग ऑल ऑफ देम यू टेक वन फॉर ओके टेक वन फॉर योरसेल्फ आल्सो नो हैव इट देयर as Krishnaraj comes into bowl from round the wicket. He is bowling to Shiraz. He is batting 13 of 12. From down the wicket onto the pads, one-handed shot. A couple of times he's played that stroke one-handed. They got two already. Chandan, the fielder, by the time they come in, they have completed the third. Score moves on to 125. Needing another 148 runs of 41 balls, required run rate of 7.02 with 9 wickets in the hand. This chase could be over well before the end of the 20th over. As Ranjit tickles it down towards short fine for a single. Would have been okay had he left that one, he would have got a wide, but he wanted to send this towards the boundary with a soft touch. Just a single added. Score moves on to 126. Shiraz plays it towards short cover. No run there. Score moves on to 126. Shiraz plays this towards wideish long on. 1 run completed. Score moves on to 127. Ranjit on strike. Short ball towards deep mid wicket. Over the deep mid wicket boundary for another 6. $133. He races to 69 or 48 with the second maximum, and he isn't finished yet. Another short ball, this time sends it fielder at mid wicket, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 134. At the end of 14 overs, 12 runs coming off it, requiring another 39 runs of the remaining 36 balls to win this Challenger Trophy.
It's 3 over. 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 3
Chandan searching for those answers as to who could get him that wicket that he's been looking for. Hasn't succeeded so far. The only wicket coming through the courtesy of a run out. Strange fields being said. There's the man at deep point, there's the man at deep third man, and the man at short third man. Prabhat. Full toss. And the man at extra cover, a single there. Score moves on to 135. 38 required of the remaining 35 balls. One more run towards long on. Score moves on to 136. Shiraz giving good company to Ranjit, making sure that he gives him the strike. And Ranjit has taken full toll of the bowling so far. And happy to play the good balls in the gaps and collect a single. This game well and truly in their grasp. It will need a miracle from the DNO Dynamos to turn this around. Playing down towards long on again, trying to play towards the onside, but just managing to play it a bit straighter. So now the score moves on to 138. Towards covers, misfield there. Initial misunderstanding, but in the end managing to get a single. Score moves on to 139. 34 runs required of the 31 balls. Prabhat's last ball of the game and the tournament. He's got 3.5 overs, 19 runs as asking for an LBW, and finally he gets a wicket on the last ball of his spell. He was searching for that through this over. Shiraz this time missing the sweep and losing his wicket. A wicket coming, but is it a bit too late? Another 34 runs required of the remaining 5 overs as Shiraz is out 19 of 19 balls with 1 boundary. More importantly, giving a good partnership to Ranjit. 71 runs partnership between these two after the 68 run partnership for the first wicket. Prabhat Saxena, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 19 runs, 1 wicket. Rehan coming in at number 4. Ranjit on strike. Santosh coming to bowl his third over. He's given away 15 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Chandan 2 overs 31 runs. Winner Jacob 3 overs 31 runs. James Foster 1 over 14 runs. Hitesh bowled 2 overs, given away 16 runs. Prabhat Saxena completing his quota of 4 overs, 19 for 1. And Krishnaraj 1 over 12 runs. On to the pads. Misfield there. And the ball racing towards the fine leg boundary. Just have a look as it stops just within the circle, within the boundary. So 2 more runs added. So waiting for the umpire's signal. Yes, it's 2 more runs added. He is on 75 of 53. The question of interest now is whether Ranjit can get to a century. He needs another 25 of the remaining 32 runs required as he plays this towards extra cover, completing 1, and they come back comfortably for the 2. So another 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 143. This time foolish delivery, plays it towards short mid wicket for a single. Score moves on to 144. With each passing run, it is getting all the more difficult for DNO Dynamos to keep their mojo, and Rehan gets off the mark with that single. DNO Dynamos had scored 8 boundaries and 4 sixes in their innings. See, JSS has already scored 10 boundaries and 2 sixes and 4 sixes in their innings as Ranjit takes another single. Score moves on to 146. Last ball of the 16th over. Needing another 27 of 25 balls. Wide down leg side. Score moves on to 148. It's rather 147. 26 of 25. Just a shade above run a ball. And things could spiral down very quickly when you come down towards the back end of a game. Rehan plays it towards short covers. No run there. End of another good over from Santosh, but this game well and truly in JSS grasp. Well on course to win this Challenger trophy.
हाँ बस मैच खत्म होने वाला उसके बाद फिर जाओ
Chandan coming in to bowl his third over. Chandan plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Dot ball. Just trying to make it a bit more interesting. 26 required of the remaining 23 balls. 8 wickets in hand. Comes down the track. Cuts this one. Completes 1 run. Comes back for the second. By the time Kinjal can field that ball, 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 149. He moves on to 81. Another 24 runs more needed of 22 balls. Reverse sweep towards the third man. Another boundary. So the 150 coming up is 153 for the loss of 2 wickets in 16.3 overs. Ranjit reaches 85 of 59 balls, 7 boundaries, 2 sixes to his credit. Down the track, over, long off for another maximum. Score moves on to 159. Another 14 runs required of 20 balls. It's coming good at a vital time for his side. Needing another 14 runs to win this contest and land their hands on the Challenger Trophy. This trophy is in glittering gold and silver. Foolish delivery, plays it towards extra cover. One more run added. He moves on to 92. Score moves on to 160. Another 13 more runs required. DNO Dynamos totally being outplayed in the second half of the game, which mattered the most, as he plays a dot ball to end the over. 17 completed, 160 for the loss of 2 wickets. Needing another 13 runs of the remaining 18 balls. And needing to see if Ranjit can get to that 3-figure mark that he's been looking for. Santosh comes to bowl his last over. He's given away 23 runs of the 3 overs that he's bowled. Dot ball. Yes, a couple of dot balls has made it a bit interesting, but still within the grasp of JSS. Plays it in the air towards long on, wanting to send this over the long on region, managing to get it slightly on the higher end of the bat, managing to get a single. So score moves on to 161, needing another 12 of the remaining 16 balls. Dot ball. Interesting tactics out there. What is the thinking process of the JSS boys? They need to score at every opportunity they get. And another dot ball. Now needing another 12 runs of the remaining 14 balls. This game looking much more interesting than what it actually looks like. I need to see as to what Santosh just making sure that Ranjit is within his crease, trying to run him out at the non-striker's end. Another dot ball. Last ball of the over. Just the 1 run of the 5 balls bowled. I don't know, Rihan has got the license to go over the top if he wants to. This time plays it in the air. 1 run completed. Want to come back for the second. Is there a chance of a run out? No. So 1 more run. Score moves on to 162. 11 runs required of the remaining 12 balls. Santosh completing his quota of 4 overs. He's given away 25 runs without taking a wicket. Chandan 3 overs, 44 runs. He's coming to bowl his last over. Interesting to see who will he go up to if this game goes into the last over. Is that a beautiful ball? Pressure now on the JSS boys. They were winning this on a canter. Have made this interesting now. Rehan scored 2 of 8. And that has put pressure back on Ranjit. Is pressure released by bowling that wide. All he needed was to keep it outside the off stump. Rehan's finding it difficult to maneuver the strike. And if you give away wides, you're going to be letting the pressure off, as Chandan did it at this end. This time in the air towards long on. More importantly, brings Ranjit onto strike. Score moves on to 164. Another 9 runs required of the remaining 10 balls. Let's see what Ranjit has to do here. This time over, long off. He moves on to 99. 1 run away from a century. More importantly, getting his side closer to victory, needing another 3 of the remaining 9 balls. This pace was never going to trouble Ranjit. He's 99 of 64 balls, 7 boundaries, 4 sixes. Is that the single he is looking for? Easily crossing over for the single and completes a well compiled century. Just 2 runs away in the remaining 8 balls to win this trophy are the JSS boys. Field being called in, just the 1 man outside on the deep mid wicket boundary. Over the mid-off fielder, ball going towards the boundary. And much needed, 2 runs completed, and JSS finally managing to register a win in this tournament, and what a time it has come for them. It has come in that game where they landed the trophy in their hands. The Challenger Trophy winners, JSS by 8 wickets and 7 balls to spare. And DNO Dynamos has 2 wickets and followed it with a century, and a century coming at the right time.
पहन लो डैजलर का
कुछ अलग पहन लो या जैकेट है तो जैकेट पहन लो ठंडी का है नहीं डायसर्स का पहन लो
इसको थोड़ा पीछे लो कैमरे में फेस आ रहा है सारा पीछे आ जाओ
Oh, you'll have to give me the names, right? Of the players.
आ जाएगा ना यहाँ से हाँ मुझे ये वाला फ्रेम ठीक है ये फ्रेम ठीक है ये फ्रेम ठीक है नहीं अब आगे चले जाओ मुश्किल नहीं आगे नहीं ज्यादा हो गया इतना जब पहले खड़े थे वहाँ आ रहा था ठीक है आते हैं हो जाएगा
जतिन भाई ये देख लेना ये दोनों के दे दिए मैंने आपको
हरीश भाई मेरे को दे दो ना
हाँ अवार्ड इनके सामने देंगे कैमरा उधर से रिकॉर्ड Vineet, how many medals do you have per team?
16. अब ये यहाँ पे
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, correct. 13, 14, 16. हाँ दोनों का दिया प्लेयर्स का
उधर मेडल प्रैक्टिकली गिनो ना 16 है ना
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
then this is 12
12, 13,
14
14,
15
15, बाप रे जगह ही नहीं है
16 एक के ऊपर एक ठीक है
16 चलेगा
और ये देंगे हरीश भाई देंगे ना दो एक
और बाप रे कॉलर medals are getting hot yeah all right we have Sarah and Matthew Foster in for the supporting their dad out here Sarah you're happy that you're here or you're sad that your dad lost tonight
And I'm happy that I'm here, but I'm sad that my dad lost.
do you love to play cricket
No.
what's your favorite sport
Netball.
netball she plays netball Matthew from Liverpool right Liverpool fan
Yes.
yes just like your dad
Yes.
yes
all right thank you for the what's your favorite sport
Cricket. And rugby. And cricket and rugby.
cricket and rugby anyway thanks James welcome unlucky to lose this game at the halfway stage you guys had a good score on the board
Yeah, I think clearly our weaknesses are bowling, right? So we've managed to knock a few runs here and there in the games we've played, but our bowling's pretty loose. And to be honest, after 8 weeks, I'm not surprised. The team was pulled together at pretty short notice. We didn't sort of have a winter of nets or anything where everyone could have a go. So we were kind of reliant on one or two bowlers to get us through, and if they didn't take a wicket, then second and third string, and we kind of let the team down a bit. But you know what, we had a great time. We really enjoyed participating, and I think there's some good commitment from the team, and we'll be back next year, hopefully with a bit more practice under our belts before we start playing.
Yeah, that's what we're talking to each of the boys, and each one of them has said that that they are already talking about season 2.
Yeah, no, I think there's we're not a big organisation. Some of the other teams have got a lot of kind of a big pool of potential players. There's 80 guys in our office, and I think 18 have signed up, right? So that's pretty much every nationality that plays cricket. So we can't get the Russians out, and we can't get the Americans and Canadians to play, right? They just don't know what cricket is. So we've got a smaller pool than everybody else. But honestly, I think if we go away and we have a bit of a practice and nets, it'll come back. I played a lot of cricket when I was younger. It just takes a while to remember, to get the muscle memory back, right? So everyone's really keen, and I think we'll come back stronger next year.
Anyway, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself through the tournament.
Yeah, we really did, and the rest of the team's here, and I want to remind them that it was about participating and having a good time and coming together. So actually, we achieved our main objectives.
Anyway, thank you and all the best. Good luck for the season 2. As we quickly start with the presentations, we'll quickly start up with the individual medals, as we'll have the runners up with the captain coming in the last. I'll read out the names of the players to come up and collect their individual medals. All right, we'll start off with a good game. The scores in the end don't reflect the competition and the competitiveness of both the teams who came here to fight it out for the Challenger trophy. In the end, JSS managing to win with 8 wickets in hand and 7 balls to spare. Winless through the league phase, but in the knockout stage managed to win that trophy. As we quickly start off with the individual medals, we'll start with James coming to collect his medal. All right, a big round of applause. Paul.
Guys, give us a minute to take a picture as well. Thank you very much.
Prabhat. Zain. Zain, come forward. Santosh. Prashant. Kinjal. Parag. Hitesh. Vinod. Yusuf. Ilyas. Ankur. Krishna. Ram. Daryl. And Ram and Daryl is here? Okay, Daryl also can. And Chandan, please collect your individual. He's collected his? All right, he's collected it. All right, we quickly. Suresh is there. Suresh can come forward and take it. Oh, Suresh's name was not there. Suresh. Chandan. Suresh. Sorry, Suresh, we missed you out. All right. We quickly have a word with Chandan, the losing captain. Yeah, that's for you. Chandan, halfway stage 172 was on the board. Did you think that you had enough on the board?
Yes, I think it's enough on the board, but we have not bowled in the right area. We have given wide, full toss. So it was all bowling failure, and we have lost catches. I cannot blame the batsman. Batsman has put the good score. 172. I thought it's a easy win for us. I think we have taken easily, and that's where game went away.
Anyway, have your boys enjoyed through the tournament?
Our boys enjoyed very well. At least we have put the team. Initially, we thought from where we can take at least 11 players. Now, at least we have 15, 16 players we can choose out. So it's a good game. As a Dynamo, we are working person. At least some players coming in the ground. It's a very good achievement for us.
Anyway, thank you, and you can collect your runners-up trophy from Harish. Harish will give away the runners-up trophy, and we can get the boys to come and quickly take the picture. DNO Dynamos Challenger Trophy runners-up. A victory in the league game. Unfortunately, not to be tonight, as we can get the DNO Dynamos quickly for the group picture. As we know, you'll have a motivation for the next year. Hitesh? As we have a signed bat out here by the DNO Dynamos. As a parting gift to Prabhat, his last game in DNO Dynamo colors, a memento. And handshakes and hugs all around. Thank you, DNO Dynamos. These moments of emotions that get the better of teams. As we come over to the JSS boys who have won the Challenger Trophy. Louis Foster, who's going to give away the individual. Yes, I'll call them out. No, you just gonna hand it over. As we quickly have the players with the captain to come in the last. We'll start with Ranjit. Ranjit, come forward for your medal. Shiraz. Yeah, take it on. Take it on. For the picture there. Sarah, picture there. Asad last. Yeah, sorry. Shiraz in. Vijay. Vijay, come forward. He's not playing. Oh, he's gone already. Rehan, sorry. Somebody written Rehan. Ajit. Manpreet. Rajendran. Little more. Luis, can you get a little more further? Okay, congrats. Mujtaba, who's just injured himself through the game, but he's kept on for his team. Well done, Mujtaba. Johar. Dhanraj is not there. Anjaneya. Sandeep. Ali. Hussein. Hussein. Gaurav Sharma. And last, Asad, the captain. Yeah, that's the last one. Thank you. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Sarah. We quickly talk to Asad. Asad, mighty pleased with the boys. Lost all the league games, but when it came to the challenger game, you all came up trumps tonight.
Actually, this is Fighters Cup, okay? We have proved to be like fighters. We came back like despite of losing all the league matches, and our boys were having the fighting spirit, and we have won this Fighters Trophy, and everyone has performed well.
And Ranjit kept his best for the last 102 wickets in his 3 overs that he's bowled.
Actually, he is a very good batsman on the opening slot, but he was not performing well on the league matches, and he came at the right time, and he performed really well, and it's a well-deserved century for him on his form. Yeah.
Thank you, and we'll have you collect the trophy. Vineet will give away the winner's trophy to Asad, the Fighters Cup captain, Fighters Cup winners, JSS Pipes and Fittings. Well-deserved victory in the end. As we quickly we'll wait for the trophy, we'll quickly have Ranjit come forward to collect his man of the match, man of the finals trophy from Vineet, who's the pioneer of this Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 tournament. We'll quickly speak to Ranjit. Ranjit, what can we say? 100 on the big day.
Yeah, well, at the last time I came for the, I came in the form. So previous matches, I was not into very much touch. So I'm fine. I came on the final match and it's a good victory.
Prabhat Saxena comes in to collect his catch. The one at long on where he ran 20 meters across to take a well-deserved catch. This is the best catch of the tournament. Thank you, Prabhat. As we have a quick word with you, Prabhat. Not a happy ending for you as you leave DNO Dynamos and you're on the losing side.
Happy ending is a relative word, people use it in different places. For us, it's a happy ending because we played 6 games together. Nobody got injured, everybody on the field enjoying. For us, it's perfectly a happy ending, right? So,
thank you and all the best. We will see you in the future tournament. Thank you and all the best. We will see you in the future tournaments.
Season 2, we're gonna win it.
And that's the spirit of the DNO Dynamos as JSS boys come forward for the photographs and the memories that they take, happy memories they take today with themselves and winning the fighter trophy. Yes.
बस इतना ही खोला आगे मत खोलो दूसरा टूर्नामेंट का
The champions 2022-23 champions 22 है बाबू इसीलिए 22 है इसीलिए उसको ऐसे रखा है. As we complete the first game of the tournament, winners JSS Fittings winning by 8 wickets and 7 balls to spare, courtesy a century by Ranjit.